Previously, years ago when I started my YouTube channel, and my first video on it was me showing a Minecraft build that I did. And originally I was going to do that with this, where my first video back was going to be a Minecraft video of a build. And I'm still working on that build, but I decided instead of trying to schedule myself or whatever, I'm just going to upload content whenever. I don't know if I have any followers on YouTube, but the car that I'm going to be building on here, I have a lot saved up for many videos, but the video I want to do today, I'm going to rebuild the Bandit car from Smokey and the Bandit. It's one of my favorite cars. Actually, it's my favorite car of all time. And I'm going to obviously take this whole thing apart and rebuild it. And I want to start this off by saying I don't know anything about cars at all. I can't drive because I have horrible vision, and me driving would lead to a lot of disaster. But and also I'm not really a car person. I don't get excited about cars like most people might, but this car in general is one of my favorites and is why I wanted to play this game in the first place. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm tearing the whole car apart. We're gonna start from scratch and just rebuild the whole thing. I didn't see what state that plate was from, but so the reason this is my favorite vehicle is because when I was younger, the movie series Smokey and the Bandit came out. Slovakia. Okay, I didn't know you could have plates from other countries. But Smokey and the Bandit is one of my all-time favorite movie series. I love the whole series to the point where I named my cats after the movie. I still have a cat named Smokey, and originally when I first got him, his name was Smokey the Bandit. I was trying to name him after the movie, but shortly after I got him, I got another cat, a tuxedo cat, and I named him Bandit, so it was Smokey and the Bandit. And at first, they didn't really get along, so it was just like the movie. They didn't get along at all, and then they became best friends later. Unfortunately, Bandit got sick, and we had to take him to the vet. And the vet bill was so high that, unfortunately, we couldn't pay it. Bandit is still alive somewhere. He ended up getting adopted because we couldn't afford the vet bill, so the vet kind of treated him and took care of him, thankfully, but sadly I miss him all the time. But I still have Smokey. Smokey is somewhere around 11 to 12 years old. I mean, I've had him since 2010, so he's definitely almost 12, at least 12, but I got him from somebody else, and I don't know how old he was then, because the person didn't really give me any details, and she wasn't a nice person. It was clear that she didn't treat Smokey very well. He didn't like her. In fact, so she was an older lady, and when she was in my apartment talking to me, she was trying to hold him, I guess, and he did not want to be in her arms. He really did not like being around her. He was uncomfortable with her, period. And he scratched her on her arm, and I had to get her a paper towel because she was dripping all over my apartment. It was gross. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to where it would drip, and yeah. So I got her from him, or I got him from her, and the funny thing is I wasn't even supposed to have pets in the apartment, but what the landlord didn't know didn't hurt. But when I got him, he was skittish around people, would always hide when other people, he would hide from me at first too. He didn't like being around me at first. He didn't trust me too much, but I earned his trust over time. And that's one thing I love about animals, is they are smart enough to know that humans are usually not great people, and they make you earn their trust. And that's what Smokey did. He wouldn't come around me for a while, he would hide under my couch, and I would leave out food for him, and he would wait until he felt like it was okay to come out. He would eat, and then he would go back and hide for a little bit. Eventually, he came out, and he got along with me to the point now where there's times when he'll lay down on me and just need. I don't know if anybody knows that's watching this would know what kneading is, but it's like, you know how when you pet cats, a cat will pet you too. It's called kneading. They'll lay on you and scratch their paws on you, and it's adorable. He does it in a way where he'll lay on you and let you pet him, but as soon as you stop petting him, he will use his paws to pet you to get your attention, so you pet him some more. And he really loves the cat brush. He loves being brushed. He's like one of them spoiled rich cats, except I'm not rich. Because if I was rich, yeah. I don't know what I'd do if I was rich. I don't want to. I don't know. Anyway, so this car, I'm just taking it apart right now. But the movie series, when I was younger, I can't remember how old I was when I first saw it, but it was the movie series that made me a Burt Reynolds fan. I didn't really see much of his other movies, but I really loved the whole Smoking the Bandit series. Probably because I loved the way he would trick the cops. I'm not really a fan of police. If there's a cop watching this, I'm sorry. You should understand that most cops are assholes. But yeah, so currently I have Smokey, and like I said, he's around 12-ish years old. He's still a little brat sometimes. He's still spoiled. He will literally meow at me at 6 in the morning for food, and if I don't get up, he will continue to meow at me until I get up. And he's even so spoiled to where he's picky about what food he eats. For example, this morning, he meowed at me until I got up and fed him. There's multiple cats in this house. My roommate has 2 cats, a dog, and some fish. And his cats eat a different brand of food. The brand I bought for Smokey is the kind that he will eat, but apparently he likes the other brand because I poured him his bowl, but he kept meowing at me and then led me through the kitchen to the other cat bag, the other bag of food. And I told him no, and he just kept meowing at me until I poured it for him. And some of you who are parents to children are probably like, yeah, that's how my kids are, and you have to be a parent and blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Don't tell me how to raise my cat. But there's also a dog. She's a very sweet dog. Right now she's sleeping. Smokey's sleeping. Well, he's not sleeping. So my room has, what is it called? A back porch type thing, a patio, where I can open a screen door in my bedroom. It's not really a screen door. It's a sliding glass door. And he likes to lay by that window. And sometimes when it's nice outside, I'll open the door and he'll just sit out on the patio and relax. That's kind of his favorite place. Why am I taking this engine apart? Oh yeah, I'm rebuilding the whole car. I could easily just take the engine out, which I'll probably do in a second, because this is just taking up too much time. Pull out. Move the equipment. Place the equipment back. But yes, like I said earlier, I can't really drive because I have horrible vision, but if ever I ever met somebody that had this car, I would do whatever I could to talk them into letting me drive it. Just even if it was just around the block. I wouldn't go around the block. I'd tell them I was going around the block, and then I'd go on a cross-country road trip in it, and the cops wouldn't be able to stop me because I'm driving the Bandit's car, and I am now the Bandit. I'm kidding. For legal reasons, I will never run from the cops. That's a joke, so If the police are watching, please don't take me serious. I'm not gonna ever drive. Another car that I'm going to enjoy building, which is going to be another separate video at some point, it's a Porsche, and I got it from the junkyard, so I get to rebuild the entire thing from absolute scratch. I'm excited that I found it in the junkyard. What am I doing? Supercharger intake manifold. Okay. But yeah, so another video that's going to be coming up based on this game is supercharger. Is that what I need? No, I need the manifold. Intake manifold. That's it right there. But I'm going to be doing all kinds of other videos. Like I said, the person that I was playing with last night, where I was streaming on Twitch, showing him what I have in this game so far. Me and him, we met on Grand Theft Auto Online. We play that all the time. We have a crew. I don't know if I can use that on here, but I'll try. Nope. But yeah, we play Grand Theft Auto Online. We're looking at what other games we could play together eventually, because we got a whole, like I said, we got a whole crew. And we're just looking to see what other games we can get into, because sometimes Grand Theft Auto Online gets kind of redundant to play. We're just doing the same thing over and over again, and it gets kind of boring. Carburetor, 4-barrel. Need 2 of those. I'm kind of curious to see what this aftermarket stuff actually does in regards to the power of the engine. I kind of hope it's going to be faster than or more horsepower. I don't know if horsepower means more speed. Scoop air filter. Scoop. Nope. Okay, so need 2 of those. And if any of you have any suggestions for whoever's watching this, like I said, I don't have a lot of subscribers or viewers and all that stuff yet. But whoever sees this, if you plan on watching in the future, if you have any suggestions of what games I should play, let me know. I'll check them out. As long as they're not super expensive, I'm always going to be on a budget. Air scoop. But yeah, I'm always welcome or open to checking out other games as well as this one, or as well, not as this one. I don't know why I said that, but what's this? Supercharger serpentine belt. Supercharger serpentine belt. Which one is it? V8 DHV. OHV, I'm sorry. And this one, Serpentine Belt A. Serpentine Belt A. And radiation fan V8. Why? Okay. None of that was what I was looking for. Radiation fan. Which one is it? Okay. Other games that I have is Just Cause 4, Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm definitely going to make videos of all of these games. It's not going to be from first mission walkthrough type stuff because I'm pretty far into some of the games. I think I just started kind of on Red Dead 2. I made sure to get past the snowy parts. That's another thing. If you suggest games for me to play, I'll make sure it's not based in with a lot of snow because I cannot play games like that. My vision is really bad, and video games that have a lot of snow, I can't really see anything because it just looks like a white screen to me. I need an exhaust manifold. But yeah, games with a lot of snow, I can't see too well on, so I don't really play those. I was happy to find out that there's not a lot of snow in Red Dead 2. I tried playing, what is that game called? The Last of Us 2, because I beat Last of Us 1, and I tried playing Last of Us 2. Unfortunately, the whole game is in snow, so I stopped playing that after like 20 minutes, because it's horrible on my eyes. Exhaust manifold V8 OHV. I'll probably need 2 of those. But there's a lot of people that I've bumped into when I try to tell them that I'm blind, because I am legally blind. That's the thing with me, is that I'm legally blind. And there's a lot of people that don't believe me when I say that. And they'll do a stupid thing where they'll put their hand up and ask me how many fingers I'm holding up, or they're holding up. And I'm not completely blind, that's the thing. I can see things. It's just hard to tell sometimes. Like, I can see people, I can see hands, I can see all that stuff. I can see, it's just to an extent that I can see. The reason I can see what's around me. I can't read street signs unless I'm completely stopped. And I have to be up at, for example, if I'm out walking, I can't really tell what street I'm on, especially at night, unless I go straight up to the street sign and I look directly at it. A lot of people can see from a distance. I can't. Ignition wires. Oh, I didn't realize these are aftermarket spark plugs. See, I don't know what aftermarket does, but it'll be fun to see. Ignition wires. What type do I need? V8. Ignition wires. See, these are all super small wording, so it's always hard for me to be able to read this stuff. That's another thing about my vision. When I was younger, I loved to read books. Unfortunately, I can't read books these days. I just need a magnifying glass, and I know there's people out there, just get glasses. The thing is, my left eye, I'm completely blind in. I can't see anything with my left eye at all. Glasses are not going to change that. They'll help my right eye, but I also, because I've had glasses in the past, and the thing is, Glasses give me a massive headache. I don't know why. I get weird looks when I try to explain that. But glasses give me a major headache. Even magnifying glasses, when I'm trying to read with a magnifying glass, if I use it too long, I get a headache from that. I miss reading books. My favorite book series, well, not book series, but my favorite author is Stephen King. And at one point, I wanted to write my own books. I have a whole idea of books that I would love to write, but unfortunately, I have ADHD, so I get into like the first 2-3 chapters, if I even get that far in writing. And I'm like, no, wait, I should make the character do this or that, and I keep wanting to change it up. I've been writing the same book since high school, since middle school, basically. And I don't get too far into it. When I was in high school, my parents, they went to, it wasn't a garage sale, an auction. I don't know how they got the money to go to auctions. I don't know how cheap auctions are, but they ended up getting a typewriter for me, which was cool because it was one of those, I'm not sure if it's a newer version of a typewriter or old, but it was one of those typewriters where you can use floppy disks to save. And I had so many different stories that I was working on that were saved. I was writing movie scripts. I had a boxing movie. I had football movies. I had all kinds of different scripts that I was writing, and then I would write music based on those scripts. So I was kind of writing soundtracks to scripts that I never finished. Oh, I need more of these. Okay. And I know I'm buying too many of these, but that's okay because I could just sell them back later. But yeah, I would write music to movie scripts that I was writing. I would just, I'm one of those type of people that I love to be creative. I'll write, I do artwork. If you've seen the recent video I made where I kind of made it clear that I was going to get back into making videos, the artwork that I did for that, it's old artwork that I made, but I feel like it fit the idea that I had for, because the whole name is The Mind of Hughes, and also Hughes Loves Gaming, which both of those are inspired by people. The Mind of Hughes is obviously inspired by The Ill Mind of Hobson, and then Hughes loves gaming, Hughes loves music, Hughes loves art. All that is inspired by a comedian named MK, who had a whole series of videos on YouTube. MK loves Obama, MK loves Eminem, and he's roasting all these people that are in the title. And he stopped after a while for many reasons. He got hacked a few times. He had a lot of sad stuff happen, but I'm sure his videos are still up. They're old videos, but you should definitely check them out if you're into like roast videos and stuff. He's definitely real good at it. Rocker arm. And one of the reasons I liked him is because I kind of related to him in a way, because he did a couple videos where he would explain his mental health type stuff, and I enjoy that kind of stuff where people can just be honest with who they are. And when it comes to mental health, that's the kind of stuff that people need to pay attention to because it's important. It can get scary. I won't dig into that right now because that's not what this video is about. I guess this is kind of an introduction video for the people that watch, and I still don't know what my content's gonna be, kind of. I'm just kind of recording videos. I don't talk much in real life. I'm kind of to myself. So me making videos like this and talking throughout the video is difficult for me because I don't like to talk. But yeah, so when I was younger, I would write movie scripts and whatnot. And another one of my favorite, uh, he's not really a director of sorts, even though he's directed movies, but he's more of a rock icon in a way. Rob Zombie. When I was 9 or 10 years old, this is many years ago. I had an older friend. I was 10 years old, and for some reason my parents allowed me to be friends with a random 20-year-old dude who would often let me visit his apartment and borrow many of his wrestling videotapes that he had. And I would go home and I would watch these tapes, and because I'm a big wrestling fan as well. And I borrowed an ECW wrestling tape. I can't remember which pay-per-view it was, but in the middle of the tape, just they played a random Rob Zombie song. It's Rob Zombie Dracula, and they played the music video with it, and it was the first time I was ever introduced to anything Rob Zombie, and I was automatically hooked right away. And eventually I got into his movies, but I had his Hellbilly Deluxe album, the first one that came out, and I had it on a CD player, and I would walk around with the CD player in my pocket and listen to that CD nonstop. I would literally fall asleep at night with the album playing. Do I already have this? No. But yeah, Rob Zombie is one of my favorites because he's super creative even with his movies. And Devil's Rejects, as crazy as that movie is, that whole movie series is amazing. Even though it's dark and some of you may not like that type of stuff, that's the type of stuff I can get into at all times. Which head cover do I need? V8. Okay. B. Engine head cover B. There it is. I probably need the cover on this side too. Yep, I should have bought two. I should pay attention. I'm aware that these prices may not be exact to what the prices in real life would be, but it'd be fun to just see how much it would cost to put this car together. There it is. I think it'd be cool to have a car painted all black with some green stripes and have some kind of brush painted Rob Zombie artwork on it. And again, that's me speaking from a perspective of enjoying art. And I know some art nerds are gonna take offense to that because Rob Zombie is not art. I get it that art is supposed to be some kind of classic thing, like Van Gogh and whatnot, but everything can be art. Part mount. What do I need? I need rod caps. Okay. Nope, that's not what I needed. Rod cap. I'll probably need 10 of these. Even though I won't need all 10, I can sell them later. And when it comes to stuff like music, like Rob Zombie, I'm not just completely into that type of music. Like, I'm into heavy metal, definitely. I grew up so when I was younger, my dad, he was a biker, and I was always surrounded by biker type stuff. Spent a lot of time in biker bars, jukebox type music. So metal, anything that would be in a jukebox, or non-metal but hard rock, such as Aerosmith, Boston, Skid Row, stuff like that. I'm into that music, but also hip-hop music is more of my flavor, kind of, in a way. Like, for my 13th birthday, I didn't know who Eminem was back in 2000, yeah, the year 2000. What do I need here? Bearing cap, okay. But yeah, back in 2000, I didn't know who Eminem was. I barely even knew what rap music was at the time. When I was younger, my dad kind of tried to shelter me from all that. Both my parents did. Mostly my dad, because my mom, she wasn't really a parent. She was just there. But but yeah, he kind of tried to shelter me from rap. My neighbor, I would hang out at his place a lot. Sometimes have sleepovers, and he was into No Limit Records and Snoop Dogg and stuff like that. It wasn't until my 13th birthday when my dad randomly bought me an Eminem album and surprised me with that, with my own little stereo system for my room, that I got into rap music. And from Eminem, I started looking up music myself. Got into lyricism a lot. Like, I would study Eminem's lyrics. I know most people say Eminem is just a violent rapper, blah blah blah, and shouldn't be celebrated. And unfortunately, the people who say that are not fun. If you pay attention to Eminem's lyrics, he's kind of a genius. He puts words together real well. He does a lot of tricky stuff, but I would study his lyrics when I was younger, and from there I got into Eric B. and Rakim, oil pan DHC. Okay. But yeah, Eric B. and Rakim, and with Eminem, he got me into G Unit, 50 Cent, but it was mainly always lyricism. With G Unit, it was mainly Lloyd Banks. With Lloyd Banks, I got into Joe Budden, Jay-Z, Nas, stuff like that. Definitely Tupac. I love Tupac and Biggie, but especially Tupac. Everybody seems to have this argument that Biggie or Tupac, one of them is better. I would always say Tupac was better than Biggie, but that's because Biggie didn't speak on a lot of the subject matter that Tupac did. Which is not putting down Biggie's music at all. Biggie had a lot of great songs. It's just I didn't really. You can't. I don't know how to word it. You can't really get into what Biggie is saying unless you're part of that lifestyle. And I'm not really a fanatic when it comes to drug rap, I guess you could call it, hustler music or whatever, even though that was Jay-Z's whole gimmick. But I'm into more real world type music where I need all of this, where it's stuff that you can relate to. Like with Eminem, I could relate to his music in a way where he was heavily picked on, he was heavily bullied, so was I. I can't say I always hated my mom. Growing up, she was kind of around, but also at the same time, I didn't get along with her all that great, but it wasn't exactly like Eminem dealt with until later on in life, and I won't get into that subject. But so I think I finally got this whole engine finished. Nice. Alright, so take engine from crate, lower this, But yeah, it wasn't until later in life that me and my mom didn't get along. So, but I kind of relate to that part in his music, in Eminem's music, but not to the extent that he did. I mean, I know eventually he made a song where he forgave his mom or whatever, and unfortunately, my mom's actions you can't really forgive. And I won't get into that subject because that's like a personal type thing. But yeah, I like music that you can relate to. Stuff that... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Like I said, Eminem got me Trail of Breadcrumbs type thing. And I hated country for the longest time. I could not get into country music, and randomly one day my dad bought I can't remember the guy's name. So I can't remember the artist's name, but he has a song called I Want to Talk About Me, I Want to Talk About I can't remember how the rest of it goes. But now I'm going to look that up. Come on. Country song, I Want to Talk About Me. Toby Keith, that's who it was. Somehow my dad, he got me into Toby Keith.